I have my kitty Olive, and I am so ready to get into today's pick a card topic as we are going to be taking a look at your October of 2024 predictions. Quick little announcement, later this week I'll be posting my very first non-pick a card video, and that's going to be all about my top 5 tips and tricks to learning tarot. So if you are a beginner, or even if you're a little bit into it but just want a good base ground of a way to start really learning, then you're going to really enjoy that video, so be sure to subscribe and stick around. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's reading. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and cleanse all the decks that I'll be using in today's reading, setting intentions for giving the most accurate reading of my ability with everybody's highest good in mind. All right, so here we have groups 1, 2, 3, and 4. Down in the description below, I'll have the timestamp so you can just go ahead and jump to your reading whenever you figure out which pile has the correct message for you. But what you're going to do is use your intuition to see which one of these piles here just kind of draws your attention to it, and that's going to be the one that has the message for you. So here on pile number 1, we have some selenite. On pile 2, we have some spirit quartz. Pile 3, some bumblebee jasper, and pile 4, some pyrite. So feel free to pause the video, take your time to figure out which one is going to be for you, and I will see you in your reading. Okay, group 1, this is going to be your reading for October of 2024, so let's get into it. So here we have the Justice card reversed, the Eight of Pentacles, and then the World card. So this is showing me that you have gone through a period of time that just hasn't been in alignment, that has not felt quite right. And through this month of October, you are going to be really developing and mastering a skill set that is going to help allow you to move past from that unaligned lifestyle. Now, the thing with the World card is this means like completion or closure. So I really do feel that with the hard work that you are going to be putting in to move away from the injustices that you have been experiencing, it's going to be like the ending of that old chapter and then the beginning of a new one. So you're going to be able to kind of close off and say goodbye to the lifestyle that you have been living. Or for some of you, if this is a job that has not been working out or that you're really enjoying anymore, you're going to be really developing a skill and learning something new and putting all of your hard work towards the new thing that just brings you more joy and feels more right. And that's going to make you feel more complete. For those of you, if this is not a career and this is just something in your home life, like maybe your routine, because pentacles can also indicate just how our life is materialistically around us, and maybe the way that our routine is, it's not creating an environment that has us feeling the happiest. So if that is the message that resonates with you, then what you are going to be developing and working on skill wise is just really figuring out what makes sense for you. How do you want to feel in your home? What do you want it to look like in your home? And then once you get all of those ideas out and you start working really hard and figuring out ways to start implementing it, instead of, a message I'm getting is, instead of waiting for things to just change and then you'll feel better, you are going to be making the change, and that is going to be making you feel better. Okay, so that is where that wholeness comes in, that completion comes in, because you are stepping into a more aligned self by putting in all of this hard work. So let's go ahead and do some more cards and see what else this has to say. For those of you that this is not career or home life, this is just in general, take the message how it resonates. You are moving away from something that is just not serving you, not aligning with you, working really hard at pursuing something new, bringing you to a level of a place of feeling complete. So here we have the Two of Pentacles. This is all about balance, time management. So for those of you that this is routine, it's going to be time management of putting in the work towards your house, but also making sure you're getting rest and you're not overworking yourself. For those of you where this is work, it's that work-life balance. So again, just not overworking, making sure you're getting rest. And then the other way around, don't just have all the ideas, make sure you're taking action. We also have the Knight of Cups. So this is a card of passion and inspiration and creativity. So I feel like for some of you, this is going to be working with your hands, working maybe for some of you, you're really into art or just physically creating something. Again, this could be like designing the exact way that you want your home to be. Maybe some of you are wanting to pursue more of a unique creative path for your career. Just whatever brings you genuine joy and love and passion, you are stepping forward into that, and you are creating a more of a balance, and bringing more of that joy into your life, to where you're not just feeling like it's something that you only spend a little bit of time on, or it's something that you enjoy but you never really invest in. Like this, you're going to be integrating it into your life. Now, I also have the Three of Pentacles here. So this is a card about teamwork and collaboration. So if this is career wise, then you could be possibly getting with other people who do the same thing. I feel for some of you, maybe even looking online, joining groups on like Facebook, if that's your thing, or just looking at things on YouTube, even collaborating on that level, where you are looking to others who have expertise in this area, and just bouncing, like getting ideas from them, writing it down, working around that sort of thing. Um, or this could also indicate, like in home life, coming together with your family to really get this going. So there's going to be some teamwork. The people around you that mean the most to you, that align with your mindset, are going to be really crucial and key here. Or perhaps some of you are going to be even meeting some people that are not already in your life, that are going to just add to this creative fire that you kind of have. Oh, so then we have the King of Cups. So this is bringing you to a place of emotional stability and just feeling fulfilled, and just really, really solid, having a solid foundation and your happiness and your joy. So through the month of October, this is what you're going to be cultivating and creating. I really feel like this is heavy on the practice makes perfect kind of card here with the Eight of Pentacles. And then this is what the future holds for you, is this completion and this King of Cups. But the month of October is kind of like the start of this creation. Or maybe some of you have already started, but it's just really going to get going this month. Okay, let's see. We also have the Judgment card reversed. So this is a reminder to not ignore your intuition, kind of let go of that self-doubt. That can be the biggest thing that I feel can get in the way for you sometimes, is, you have these ideas, you have these goals, but part of you is like, oh, I can't really do that, or I'm not sure if I'm capable of achieving that. That sounds really tricky, or that sounds like something I've never done before. And you can kind of talk yourself out of it before you even really get started. So that's something key that you're going to really keep in mind throughout this process. Here we have the Eight of Cups. So we have two eights. That's like lots of abundance there, by the way, these two eight cards. But anyways, the number is eight, not the card specifically. But anyways, the Eight of Cups being in reverse, this is like going back and trying something again. So whenever you kind of doubt yourself, and you're a little bit unsure, and you don't give yourself the opportunity to make those moves that would put you in more alignment, this is calling you to trust your intuition, trust your goals, trust what it is that you're wanting, and give it another go. Go back to it. Do not give up. Even when it feels like there's a lull in movement forward or progress, like the key is to not give up on yourself. With the Ace of Wands being reversed, this shows that there's a little bit of unsureness of what the future holds. I feel like there's a little bit of hesitation and just a lack of clarity on like where this is really going for you. But again, trusting that intuition is going to be so, so key here, because if you keep focusing on the what ifs and the unknown, that's going to make it really hard for you to keep going back and keep working and trying and making the most out of this situation. Okay, anything else from the tarot cards for your month of October? We also have the Two of Swords in the reverse. So this can indicate indecision. So something to keep in mind here is not making a choice is still making a choice. So the best way to go about something that feels really difficult and really a little foreign and uncomfortable is to just take action, like just do something, because even if it's not good or not the right direction or whatever it is, now you know, and now you know the direction to go. So a little bit of indecision and just kind of self-doubt is what's going to be the obstacles that you may be facing in this next month. But those are your reminders to just not let it get to you. Okay, so we have the moon card. So this can also represent intuition. So I really feel like you're going to be tapping into your true wants and needs a little bit more. You're going to be paying more attention to that. Now, this card can also indicate some anxiety and some fears of the unknown, which is what this is kind of showing too, in a way. Like that's what I'm getting from this one, and that indecision here. So, really, just a big message here is to trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust your goals and what you want for yourself, and don't allow that to hold you back from moving forward. Because at this point, the main thing, if anything were to hold you back, is going to be your own self doubt and self criticism and unsureness of the situation that you are trying to start pursuing. So let's get into some oracle cards and see what else we get for this reading. We have disguise. Okay, so being able to adapt. Um, when things don't go as planned or come out a little bit differently, it's going to be super, super key to not, ruminate on that and get really self critical. So, adapting, going with the flow, being open to new ideas and new ways of doing things. I feel like where the Three of Pentacles, that like teamwork, collaboration is really going to come into play, because you're going to be able to see, okay, if other people can get through these obstacles, I can too. Or maybe collaborating with other people is going to help give you ideas to help get through it. So we also have the rest card. This is super heavy, again, with that like balance of work-life balance. Because if you're not putting in rest as well as the hard work, then you're just going to get burnt out. It's going to cause a block of creativity and all of that. So, but what I'm seeing here for you is that you are going to be implementing the rest here. So it might feel like a little bit of a battle sometimes, but I do feel like there's more the balance of that coming into your life. We have sacred. So this is something super important to you and super meant for you. When the sacred card comes up, that typically means that this is like divinely meant for you. So keep that in mind as you're pursuing this. Okay, we also have the joy card. This is going to be bringing you so much more just more joy, more happiness, emotional stability, more passion in your life, more creativity and ideas to keep going with this, and freedom. So you're going to have way more freedoms, kind of like where this justice card gets flipped in the upright position, because in the past it's been in the reverse. So that means there has been an injustice and you're just not feeling aligned. And following this path, you're going to find that it's way more freeing, living a life that's much more joyful. Let's get into our other deck of cards and see what else we get for your month of October. Okay, a time for healing. So when it comes to healing in this scenario, this is going to be healing your mindset of the self-doubts. And also when it comes to resting, healing your expectations of yourself. Sometimes our expectations can be way too high and way unrealistic compared to how maybe we would view somebody else. So that is something that you're going to be working on, as well as through this process, because you're doing something that brings you much more joy and passion and excitement. That in itself is going to be very healing. So this journey is going to be such an important one. Like, just to hit back on that sacred card, like this is divinely meant for you, and it's going to make such a huge impact like later in the future. What do you need to release? This is going to be self-doubt, worry, just like believing that you can't, that kind of thing. And don't let pride get in your way. So it's okay to suck. It's okay to like not be perfect the first time around. It's okay to like maybe do something a little embarrassing. I don't know, just depending on what path it is that you're wanting to go down. Again, if this is like home life, routine, family stuff, it's okay to be wrong, or to think that maybe what was best for you guys in your home, you tried it didn't quite work out. Like, that's okay, let it go, because you're just trying your best. And then it's a time to give rather than to take. So what this card means is that it's time to put in more into your surroundings and the things that you love, because that in return is going to end up giving you more back. So instead of just focusing on the immediate gratification of things, and like maybe the situation you were in previously where it's not quite aligned and just doesn't feel right. Maybe for some of you that was still bringing in some money, and so you're like, well, I feel like I need to stick to this career because it's bringing me in money, and that's what I'm supposed to be doing, right? But maybe you should be, and again, this isn't for everybody. I'm not just saying quit your good paying job, but what I'm saying is that this is the time to just put more into your passions, more into the universe, more into the things that make you happy, rather than just doing the mundane things that just give to you exactly what you need when you need it, even though it doesn't make you happy. I hope that makes sense. So that is going to be your reading for today, group number one. I really hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to hear your feedback in the comments. Be sure to give me a like and a subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Silverwinter Tarot, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, group number two, this is going to be your October of 2024 predictions. So let's get into it. So here we have the Four of Swords, the Star card reversed, and also the Nine of Wands in the reverse position. So what this is telling me is that you have been in a state of just really thinking and considering and just trying to figure out where things are headed in your life and just how things are supposed to be for you. I do believe that you are currently in a state of kind of self doubt and just unsureness, and there's a little bit of a lack of direction. This is causing you to feel a little bit on edge or just unsure, or just maybe moving forward in life with a little bit of hesitation. So, the month of October is really calling you to not only just reflect on these emotions that you're having, because while that is really important, it's also going to be key that you start looking into, okay, now I'm recognizing how I'm feeling. So, what actions can I take to alleviate this stress, alleviate the worry? So, the month of October is going to be a lot of game planning, a lot of thinking, a lot of just gaining that self trust back. Yeah, really boosting up your confidence is something that I'm getting. And once you gain that self trust, then you start to have more of a trust in the universe. It just brings more faith all around into yourself, and that allows you to move forward without such anxiety and hesitation and unsureness around the situations in your life. Let's do some more cards and see what else we have. Here we have the Ten of Cups. So once you are able to, start really thinking through those emotions and game planning and coming up with these ideas, you are going to be moving in a direction towards more fulfillment and harmony and alignment. I feel this is going to be in your relationships, in your home life, in your family life, just your all around environment, the people that you are surrounded by. Once you can let go of the worry and face it. A saying that I really like is the only way out is through. So you really have to, you can't just avoid the hard things, you have to really get through it. So once you start facing those things and healing and working on them, whatever it may be, that's just going to improve your all around life in general. There's going to be a lot more joy, more passion, and just excitement to do your day to day things. So we do have the Ten of Swords. Now, this card indicates like betrayal or just heartbreak, like just feeling like, yeah, like things have not been really good for you. Now, the good thing about this is that this is the end of a tough cycle. For some of you, I feel like this is ending a relationship that's no longer serving you and causing you to doubt yourself and have anxiety on all the actions that you are making. For others, this may be a toxic work environment that you are needing to cut off and let go of. And even though it's really good to say goodbye to those things that no longer serve you, it can still hurt. And there can be a fear of letting somebody else down, or letting your team down if it's your job or whatever. But this is a time to prioritize yourself, prioritize your own needs and emotions. If this is a friendship, then it's letting go of that toxic friendship that's making you feel like you are doubting yourself, like you can't move forward. So, whatever this may be, if this is I do feel like it's some type of relationship in your life. So this could be a relationship with a partner, a friend, work. For some of you, this could also be like a relationship you have with yourself. Maybe you're not treating yourself quite right. Maybe this is a relationship you have with something you are physically doing in your life that's causing you to feel a little bit stuck. So, however, this aligns for you, take it as it resonates. But there is something that you are going to be need you're going to be facing the need to cut something off that is no longer serving you. And even though that will feel painful, that is the end of a tough cycle, and it's going to bring you to more harmony and joy, happiness, and all that good stuff. Okay, so we do have the Lovers in the reverse position. So I do feel like for a lot of you, this is a relationship that no longer serves you, and it's going to feel hard. And perhaps the other person might even feel betrayed. Maybe that's why I'm getting this. Or for some of you, maybe you have been betrayed, and that's why this trust has been broken, and you are needing to move forward because it's causing you such anxiety in your actions. Ooh, the Chariot. So moving in a new direction. This is taking action. So this is something that's probably been on your mind for a while since you've been really reconsidering this, rethinking about this. Oh, sorry, I just hit the microphone. I don't know if that was loud. Anyways, so this is forward movement. This is going to bring much, it's going to bring a lot more balance in your life. It's just going to be a new journey, a new adventure, and it's going to be a really a more solid one. It's going to bring a more solid foundation is what I'm really getting. And again, for some of you, this can still indicate friendship or a career or that sort of thing, something that you may have been really tied to. But I do feel like for a lot of you, this is just a toxic relationship in your life that you're letting go of. Here we have the Judgment card reversed. So this can kind of talk about us ignoring our intuition. So I feel like a lot of you have kind of known that this is something that's no longer serving you, that needs to come to an end, but you've been kind of ignoring it. So this is your reminder to just pay attention to your intuition and trust it and move forward on that. You do have the Sun card reversed, so that can indicate, again, just not really feeling like fully aligned, not feeling fully happy. So, oh, and this card too, the Lovers reverse, this also is like similar imagery of like the big sun here, and it's being in the reverse position. So okay, when you ignore your gut and ignore your intuition on this situation, you're perpetually keeping yourself in this state of feeling unhappy and unfulfilled, and like you again can't move forward. So all this could be very difficult. It's super meant for you. And then we have the Hierophant in the reverse position. So this indicates a strong need for like a individualism, if I'm saying that right. Like a strong need to kind of like break away from how things have been. This could be like in certain situations, maybe going against the norm, kind of rebelling a little bit. So maybe other people could not be really sure why you would make this choice, but for yourself, this is your choice. Like that's one way to kind of explain it, but it's a strong need to just have that, to have like your own identity and just be more stable within yourself. So let's get into some oracle cards and see what else we get for your reading. Okay, here we have the Strength card. So that's something that you're going to be really working through. This is going to take a lot of strength because you are going to be facing something that you've been thinking about for a really long time that feels difficult. We have the Family card. So again, I feel like this has to do with relationships, whether it's like your found family or your actual family or a partner or spouse or whatever it may be. That's where this kind of confrontation is like coming through. Communicate. So yeah, communicating everything that's on your mind. Ooh, that's going to be something that takes a lot of strength, is making sure you're being very direct and clear about your feelings and your ideas and just the whole situation in general, because that's going to allow you to fully move forward and not potentially get stuck back in that cycle of like just not being where you're supposed to be. And then we also have Balance. So the Chariot card also indicates balance. And then we have the Balance card here. So once you take action on this, again, it's just going to bring so much more balance into your life. You're going to be able to focus on the things you genuinely want to focus on, your hobbies, your work, your family, just whatever it is that makes the most sense for you. You're just going to find more time for it. So have faith in your dreams. I do feel that this is going to be a really hard thing for you to have trust in, because it just feels so like, it feels like a really big choice. So, and again, with the star card, like that self-trust. So it's super big on the having faith in yourself, faith in your dreams. It's going to work out. Conclusions are within reach. So you know exactly what it is that you need to be doing and want to be doing. It's time to take that action. And then it's a time to give rather than to take. So what this is meaning, it's like instead of doing the easy thing and just staying in that hard situation because it gives you more of that like instant gratification almost of just feeling safe and you know what to expect and that sort of thing. But this time it's time to really give more effort into yourself, into the situation, and do what you know is meant for you. And in return, that's going to give back to you in a way that you don't really realize. So don't let pride get in your way. So I'm kind of getting like worrying about what other people are going to have to say about this. Don't really allow yourself to care too much about how you're going to be perceived, what others will think, because at the end of the day, that does not matter. And then what do you need to release? Self-doubt is going to be my answer on that one. But that is your reading for today, group number 2. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know down in the comments below what you thought, and be sure to give me a like and a subscribe. Check me out on Instagram at Silverwinter Tarot, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, group number 3, this is going to be your October of 2024 predictions, so let's get right into it. So here we have the 7 of Swords, the 9 of Cups reversed, and the 4 of Pentacles reversed. So what I'm getting from this is that you have been very strategic is the right word, of your actions, of everything that you are doing to try and make sure that everything is working out exactly in the way that you want it to. But there is a little bit of, there's something blocking your clarity. There's something blocking the bigger picture in your mind. And I do feel like that comes from a place of like scarcity and anxiety. And that's just kind of perpetuating this cycle of being unfulfilled, and feeling like your goals are not happening, your dreams are not coming true. Like it's just been a time of yeah, just really lacking in an emotional sense because the things are not working out the way you want them to. And sometimes when we can think a little bit too hard about stuff and try and plan too much and try and create a situation where we can know exactly everything to expect, that's just really unrealistic. And that in itself sets us up for failure, because that's just simply not how life works. Okay, sorry, I just had a coughing fit, so I'm gonna cut that out. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So with the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse, that's where I'm kind of getting that scarcity, that like almost anxiety of like not wanting to let go of something that you have. And I do feel like it's that sense of control over your environment and the situation. So the month of October is going to be really calling you to let go of that control, and just kind of put yourself in a position of observance. Observe, don't absorb. That is something that I often tell myself when I start getting too anxious and start feeling too crazy. Like I try and tell myself, like, you know what? Like, yes, this is your reality right now. Yes, things are stressful and really hard, and it's not going the way at all that I thought it would. But don't forget, like, a you're a dimensional being having a human experience. Like, this is a part of your life. So try and like take a step back, like not physically, but like take a step back, like out of your body, and just focus on your mind, your thoughts, your consciousness, and recognize that you can observe the situation and not have to fully game plan and think of everything from a place of anxiety and scarcity and worry, and feeling like you have to know every single detail exactly when it's going to happen, or else everything's not going to work out for you. So again, the month of October is really calling you to let go and just see things from a different perspective. That's not so scared, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's do some more cards, see what else we get. We also have the Fool. So allow yourself to embark on this new journey of letting go. This is a card of like spontaneity, like having a free spirit. This sun represents joy and creativity and excitement, and he is just like ready to go on his new little adventure. And it's all about like a new perspective too, right? So again, this is calling you to really let go and just allow yourself to move forward and, ask yourself, like, what if I wasn't so stressed out about this? What if I allowed things to just be as they are and I say, okay, it is what it is, and I'm going to keep doing my best instead of, kind of beating yourself up for it or being too critical and hard on others for it, that sort of thing. We do have the Ace of Swords in the upright, so this is gaining clarity, creating like not creating, like gaining more ideas and understanding of the path that you need to be going down, and against like stepping up into a more elevated mindset where you are able to handle these difficult things in your life just with more ease and more clarity and more confidence. I feel like confidence is a really, that word is really standing out to me. But the key here is going to be letting go of that self doubt. So, again, with the confidence and just having a bigger trust in yourself and in the universe. That's what this star card is all about, is trust. And when it's in the reverse position, this indicates self doubt, and just a lack of faith and that sort of thing. So, this is the obstacle that you will face whenever it comes to kind of shifting into this new mindset of letting go and just gaining more clarity and confidence in yourself. That's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. But through the month of October, that's something you're going to be facing. Therefore, it's something you're going to be able to work on. So another thing that I mentioned earlier is making sure that you are not dogging on yourself too much. So the Empress card being in the reverse position is calling for a more nurturing mindset and a more nurturing way of speaking to yourself and those around you, because that is going to be able to allow yourself to grow, allow the environment around you to just keep evolving in the direction that you want it to whenever you nurture it. You can't like think about your plants, right? Like you have to be very specific about the type of lighting it gets, how much water it gets when it gets it. And a lot of people say that if you talk nicely to your plants, they grow better, bigger, faster, whatever it is. And you can't like slap around and shake your plant into getting bigger and having better leaves. So, think about it that way, just providing a more nurturing environment to yourself and those around you. So we do have the Tower card. So this is a Tower moment. A lot of times, whenever something is no longer meant for us, a way of living, a way of thinking, or whatever that is, it's going to inevitably crumble and fall apart. And while that is very stressful and it can feel devastating sometimes, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because after the Tower card comes the Star card, but in the upright position. So once you go through this inevitable breakdown of your foundation that's not really working anyways, that is when it opens up this new pathway that you can just follow and say, you know what, this is an opportunity for me to practice all the things that I've been wanting to practice, like letting go, having more faith in myself and the universe, like staying laser focused, having more clarity on my goals and what it is that I want to achieve, talking nicer to myself. So these situations are really just opportunity for you to up level yourself, even though it can feel really difficult. So that is something that you'll be facing this month of October, is just the opportunity to up level yourself in the new direction that is really meant for you. Ooh, and then we have the Magician card. So again, this is like the infinity sign is like a potential. So just having that faith and trust in yourself and looking around you, like you have everything you need. Like all the sweets are here. So the swords, the wands, cups, pentacles. So you have everything you need right in front of you, right in your fingertips. You are just stuck in this cycle of self-doubt and control and all of that sort of thing. And it's blocking you from this. But with this being in the upright position, this means that once you face these things in this tower moment, you're going to be opening up all of that potential, and you're going to be stepping into a position where you are creating and manifesting a more aligned life that just feels way more aligned. Yeah. And then we have the Page of Cups. So this is trusting your intuition, tapping into your intuition a little bit. I'm feeling like similar energy from this one to this one right now, just because the cups can indicate our like emotional fulfillment, our passions, our creativity, and all of this. And once we step into a position of being able to manifest what it is that we want in our life, and we start to trust our intuition and ourself, then we really start to just kind of build more motivation and passion and creativity with everything, because we're seeing the magic happen right before our eyes. Let's do a few more tarot cards and see what else we get. We do have the Six of Swords in the reverse position. So this can indicate like not feeling seen. When this is in the upright, it's like recognition and that sort of thing. So this can be a period of time where you can feel a little bit more isolated, but also it's super huge on the self on the self recognition of development. So this is going to be a very personal transformation to you, and not everybody that you know is going to be involved in this. Perhaps those closest to you will know what's going on, family, that sort of thing, just depending on how the situation applies to you. But this is a much more personal transformation for you. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So this can indicate like a lack of abundance and just a lack of stability. And so I do feel like this is going to be an emotion that you are having to work through this process. Because, and again, this like the pentacles can deal with money, but a lot of times too, they deal with just like the physicalities of our life, the materialistic items in our life and our home life and what all of that looks like. So through this transition, through the breakdown of your foundation, you're going to be feeling like, you're not having everything exactly how you want it to feel, which makes sense. That's exactly how it's supposed to be, because that's what's going to allow you to step into your power, is facing these hard situations. Now, the good news with that is once you like, this is just your reminder about that. This isn't saying that you are not going to have abundance and that you are going to not have like the material items you want and that sort of thing. This can be on a more like, this is your reminder to not allow yourself to get stuck in that lack mindset of feeling like you don't have anything, nothing's working out for you, that sort of thing. That's going to be a huge shift that you're making mentally, personally as well, is allowing yourself to go through these moments and still be very grateful. I feel like that's super key throughout this process. We have rebirth. So this is going to be a huge transformation in your life. You're becoming a new person, and that in itself is going to just create a whole new life for you. We have power. So stepping into your power. This is all going to work out for you in the way that it's supposed to, and going through these moments and facing them is just going to be so beneficial. And kindness. So this is key on the way that you're speaking to yourself and the people around you. This is the energy that you're also going to be really stepping into once you do kind of get through this tough situation. It's just going to bring another level of empathy for yourself and others going through similar things. And then we have deal. So it's going to be really important that you hold yourself accountable and that you stick to the boundaries that you are needing to stick to make this achievable. So, being really mindful of and recognizing when you maybe go into a catastrophizing, I think, pattern, and just feeling like, everything's not working out again, like just letting go of that control. Really like make that deal with yourself. It's going to be so imperative that you stick to it. No, I'm running out of space. There you go. Okay, and then we have trick. So again, this is just referring that, even though this is a really tough situation, it's going to be key to look at it from the mindset that this isn't happening to me, it's happening for me, and that this is just giving me the opportunity to practice being the person that I know I am deep down and that I want to be and that I align with. So let's get into our last deck of cards here and see what else they have to say. We have work through your fears. So letting go of that control. I feel like that's huge. Being able to go with the flow, allowing yourself to be okay with something not working out as planned, because that just means something better is coming. Conclusions are within reach. So you are on the right path. You are continuing down this right path. And that's going to, again, it's just once you get through that tower moment, it's like, goodbye to that stupid chapter that has been giving you so much anxiety and fear. And you're just going to be so much closer to the goal of yours that you're wanting to get to. Now, this sounds like a lot for a whole month. So, what I am really feeling here is that the facing these things, and the main point of this tower moment is going to be this month, and then through the next few months is when you're going to be seeing that you're getting closer and closer to your conclusions and just obtaining more of that lifestyle that you want, because it takes time to really build up on all of this and change all those old habits of talking to yourself a certain way and all of that, but it's going to work out exactly how it needs to in its own time. And this is a time to give rather than to take. So this means that putting more into yourself, into your goals, into your passions, instead of like already thinking that you're not capable. That's like you're taking away those opportunities from yourself. So it's time to put more energy and put more thought into the things that bring you joy. And part of that is letting go. Oh, and luck is on your side. So anytime you start to doubt yourself and freak out, or if anything feels really hard, just remember you got the luck is on your side card. So that is going to be your reading for today, group number 3. I really hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to give me a like and a subscribe. Check me out on Instagram at Silverwinter Tarot, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, group number 4. This is going to be your October of 2024 predictions. So let's get into it. So here we have the Temperance reversed, the Three of Wands, and then the Hangman in the reverse position. So, oh, sorry, I keep hitting my microphone. I hope that doesn't sound awful. Okay. So what this is instantly telling me is that you have been in a place of feeling like there's a lack of balance and a lack of alignment, and you're just not, or you haven't been in a place that feels quite right to you. And currently there is a lot of like curiosity about what the future holds. You're kind of in waiting mode. You're like, okay, like I know what I want to feel different. I know what I want to change. I know the things that don't feel right. And so, like, I have all that down and I know what I do want to feel like. So, okay, when is that going to happen? So, you're just kind of in this waiting mode, just trying to get a feel for like what is happening, what is going to happen, and all of that. And this card here talks about a huge shift in perspective and the way that you are looking at things. So I do feel like in order to gain some clarity on what actions to take next, oh my gosh, and to be able to just see like what's to come a little bit more, the month of October is calling you to really rethink some things and just try and gain a new perspective on the way that you are viewing perhaps yourself, just your life in general, be it your career that you're not feeling satisfied with, or your home life, or your friends, or just whatever it is that you feel an imbalance in, and feel like you are just hopeful that something will change, wherever that may lie. It's the month of October is calling you to just really sit with yourself and think about all the different ways you can look at the situation. And you'll find that even though these other ways may feel uncomfortable, that there's going to be one that just happens to make a little bit more sense in like a logical way. So we have the Five of Cups. So I do feel that part of the perspective that you're going to be changing is shifting away from focusing on all the things that haven't worked out, all the failures and disappointments, and shifting your focus onto the things that have worked out, shifting your focus onto the things that you're grateful for, if not a lot has worked out for you. There's always something to be grateful for. And when we can start showing more gratitude in our life, ooh, some cards fell. Let me grab those. Okay, when we can start showing more gratitude in our life, we bring more gratitude into our life because, we're thinking about all the things we're thankful for. And that just puts us in a better mood. And you just kind of, it's like the law of attraction. You are just kind of like continuing to create that feeling in your body. So, like something that's kind of standing out to me right now, a little idea that I'm hearing is at the end of each night to maybe just jot down, even if it's just one thing, like one thing that you are thankful for that happened that day or that you saw that day, or just even if it's something silly, just try and start to rewire your brain to be in that mindset. We do have the Queen of Pentacles, and then we also got the Strength card reversed and the Three of Cups reversed. So, with the Queen of Pentacles, she's very organized and nurturing, and there's just, it's like a calm stability when it comes to money, but also when it comes to like the physical, like materialistic aspects of life. So like this could be home life, the things that you own, or for some of you, this may actually be money. So maybe for some of you, there's been an imbalance in your money and it's causing you to feel a little bit of unsure what the future holds. And so then you've been stuck in this mindset of, oh, I'm just struggling with money and I'm not really sure how I can be better, and making money is so hard. Like maybe that is a for some of you a situation, and the Queen of Pentacles is calling you to be more nurturing about the way you're talking to yourself about that and about your perspective of the past situations that have brought you here. Now, if that doesn't resonate with you, then this could also be talking about like your home life, like your materialistic items, your general like foundation of what your life is looking like and how you're living. So then it would be calling you to be more nurturing about how your home looks, about the items you have, about the way you speak to yourself, your mindset about your family, the people that you're like immediately around. That's what it would be calling you to nurture, and just show more less control is what I'm trying to say. Like, yes, she is in charge of her stuff and she is organized, so she's in control, but she's not coming from a like controlling place. With the Strength card reversed, this shows that this is something that's going to be a little bit difficult for you because anytime we change a perspective, even when it's really meant for us and good for us, it's going to feel uncomfortable because we're not used to it. So, just having that strength to move forward and persevere and trust yourself throughout the tricky moments and that self doubt, um, being able to recognize when you're starting to focus on the things that haven't worked out, and having that strength to be like, you know what? I know I'm starting to go down this path of thinking this way, but I'm going to stop it and I'm going to try and not think about anything. Like before you can start thinking super positive and grateful, like maybe try and get to a neutral place first. So instead of being like let's say this is a money issue for some of you guys, and you're like, oh my gosh, like I am just so poor, I don't have any money, like I lost all my money, I don't know. So instead of like being in that mindset, just being like, you know what, like you don't even have to be grateful for the things you have yet. You can just say like, yeah, this is my money situation. And you don't have to say that you're okay with it, but you also don't have to say that you think less of yourself for it and that it is the worst thing ever and that you're not going to be able to do better. It's just kind of like coming to a place of neutrality with it, and then you can move forward to being like, okay, like sure, this is happening with my money, but I'm so thankful that this, I'm having these new ideas of how I can fix this money situation. I'm so thankful for like being able to like have my laptop so I can apply to all these new jobs or just whatever it is. I'm thankful for my family support that I have, or that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like being able to look on the brighter side and kind of let go of those doubts and like all the things that haven't been working out. Now, with the Three of Cups card in the reverse position, this is showing me that there's a little bit of isolation throughout these feelings. So I think it's going to be really important that you do open up to the people around you, of course, that you're comfortable with. And that in itself can kind of repair some of that strength in the way that you're speaking to yourself. Because we can be way harder on ourselves and more critical of ourselves than other people can. And whenever we can isolate, that can cause us to feel more unsure, more alone, more depressed, just more like it brings us down to where you can't motivate yourself to move forward and shift your perspective. You get stuck in that cycle. So the month of October is also going to be really calling you to not only nurture yourself more in your mindset more and shift your perspective that way, but to also shift your perspective to a more vulnerable position where you can open up to those around you. And that in itself will open up more opportunities for you. So here we have the Knight of Swords. So that's going to bring more clarity, more answers. It's going to cause things to move forward more, because once you start opening up to those around you that actually care about you and love you and want the best for you, you guys can start collaborating and just getting clarity and ideas on, ways that this can change for you, whether it's collaborating in a sense of you're actually like they're helping you with something, helping you out money wise, or helping you out like get your home in check or whatever it is that's going on there. Or it could just be in a sense of, okay, like I got all of that emotion out to them and I feel pretty good about that. Now I can kind of like move past that and let that go. And that opens up space in your mind to just bring in more clarity and just more answers, more motivation and forward movement. Then we also have the Emperor. So stepping into a position of being in charge of your life. You're going to feel like you're in more of a leadership position. You're making like choices for yourself and you're feeling confident in that. So getting to a place of more vulnerability and having the strength to be vulnerable is going to actually put you in a position of feeling more in charge and more like a leader and just more confident in your life. We do have the Empress card reversed, so this is calling you to still be nurturing to yourself. Like again, with this card, this was a bit of a nurturing card. So this one is just being kind to yourself, being loving to yourself. Make sure you're pouring into yourself by not only just overly working hard on trying to face these difficult things all the time and find answers for them, but make sure you're taking time to just rest and to nurture yourself and to do simple things that just bring you little bits of joy, because that is rejuvenating and can allow you to keep moving forward. We do have the Two of Wands reversed. So again, that just shows a bit of a uncertainty in what the future holds and like a lack of direction. So whenever you can continuously nurture yourself too, it's a little bit easier to not get so stuck on what exactly is the answer. Like what exactly is the future going to look like? Creating that balance in your life is going to allow you to kind of let go and say, you know what, I may not exactly know where things are headed, but I have that trust and faith in myself to just keep going. And then we have the Death card. So this is a fantastic card. I love it. And it means a big personal transformation. So think of it as like metamorphosis. Like you're a little caterpillar right now, and you're going to be facing all of these things and figuring out a way to shift your perspective. And then you are going to become the most beautiful, strong, big butterfly. And as cheesy as that sounds, that's what it means. So the month of October is going to be a really important month for you, because it's the start of you. It's the start of you becoming a new you. And I do feel like probably the end of the month is when you're going to feel like you're actually stepping in to a little bit more of that transition, but it's going to continue on into the next month. This month is just really you starting to face these things and want different for yourself and start taking action on that, starting to step into your power. Okay, we have communicate. So the way that you speak to yourself is going to be really key here. Again, nurturing the words that you say to yourself, but also the way that you communicate with those around you, being more vulnerable, being more open and honest. We have sacred here, so that means this is divinely meant for you. So keep that in mind whenever this feels hard and difficult, that this is exactly how it's supposed to be, because this is one of the lessons that you are meant to learn in order to up-level yourself. This may indicate that this is also like a spiritual awakening, a spiritual journey of some sort, making this shift. And then we have play. So that's a reminder to not take things too seriously and to allow yourself to be silly and let go and just have fun through the journey, even when it's a little hard. And then we have patience, recognizing that this is not going to be an overnight change. Things are still going to be hard, and there's going to be moments where you start to doubt yourself again. But keeping all of this in mind is just really going to allow you to kind of have more of that understanding of like, okay, this is a process. Like, I know it's a process. I'm just going to play a bit more and enjoy this journey, because that's what is so cool about this is like you get to experience the journey to becoming a brand new you. And then we have the family card. So I think it's going to be super crucial that you're more vulnerable and open with your family, whether it's your chosen family or your biological family, but like they are going to be there for you and they are going to support you no matter how awkward or like nervous you may feel about talking about these feelings and things. It's going to be so helpful, and it's going to allow you to not feel so alone. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have your dreams need a practical plan. So allow yourself to daydream and think about all the things you'd like, but now it's not just time to think about the things you want, it's time to take action on them. So again, communication is just like really coming up for me with this card. Like that's going to be the huge part of your practical plan, is the way you are communicating with yourself and others. Then we have a new romantic cycle begins. So once you start this journey and start stepping into your power a bit more, you're going to have a whole new love for yourself in your life, the things that you are doing. It's just going to make everything feel so much more like energizing and exciting. Surrender to the divine. So again, I was saying this is like divinely meant for you. So even when it feels really crazy and really tough, just remember that, you know what, this is all a part of my human experience here. This is meant for me, and I'm going to be all right. Emotions are running high. So this transformation, this death that you are going to be experiencing, not in a literal sense, of course, is going to be a very emotional one, but in a very positive way. I do feel like for a lot of you, this is like on a spiritual awakening type of level, just like elevating yourself to a much more calm and sure and confident version of yourself. So that was your reading for today, group number 4. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to give me a like and a subscribe. Check me out on Instagram at Silverwinter Tarot, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.